Denzel Washington's got a big movie coming out this weekend with Gladiator Part 2. He says that he's going to be in Black Panther 3. And Ryan Coogler already has a role for him. So we'll talk about that. The Dune Prophecy reviews are in. Any good? We shall discuss. Harry Potter has itself a new Dumbledore, and Brett has a new microphone. So we will get into all of this on the show today with myself, Roxy, and Brett Sheridan. One of us is not in a good mood. You have to guess before we start the show. So start putting it in the comments now. You guess who's in the worst mood in a second. Okay, bye. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody gives a shit about any of the news today, as is evident with the turnout so far in the chat. But we will nonetheless have a great show today. I'm excited for it because coming off of last week's doozy, Roxy Stryer back in the his, and Brett Sheridan looking great, buddy. All right, so I don't think anybody has to really guess. Brett, what's going on today?
Well, I had to turn around. I got like 15 minutes into my drive to the studio, and traffic just kept going up and up and up and up and up and up. So I had to turn around and come back home to do the show from here and have very limited time to set up stuff to work.
So yeah, that does, and I know Brett well. That's the type of stuff that really frustrates him. Is the technical stuff when he doesn't have time. It really annoys him a lot. And I will tell you that.
Well, especially when I gave myself an hour to get to a place that usually takes me 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'm starting my day trying to get ahead of things and be early to when I want to be somewhere. And then I end up scrambling at the last minute.
It's annoying.
But
it's annoying.
Brett is the everyman because like Brett's problems are the people's problems in the middle of the country, and all over the world. Brett's problems are relatable. Brett, you're the dude. You're the every dude. Like,
yay!
Nobody can't relate to.
I do like when Brett's in a bad mood though, because he's even funnier than he normally is, which is great.
Oh,
which
good.
is good.
I actually think that this is a really cute background for you.
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I thought you would like.
Yeah.
You'd like that.
Yeah, this is our
Not
credenza. I don't know what it's called, but it's.
Yeah, you're in the jungle.
Yeah.
You gonna die?
You don't say that.
No, it's a song, Roxy.
I know the song.
Some Guns N' Roses.
Somehow, some way, I do know a little rock and roll.
So welcome to the jungle, Roxy.
All right. Fun and maybe some games.
Yeah. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing good, and I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful week thus far. And we have a lot to discuss. We have a lot to talk about. And Roxy, I think before we do, yesterday we talked, Roka and I. Oh, you want to know where you stand? First of all, I never sent a text. You guys did not win last week. Steph won again, but Roxy, you're going to be pissed.
Did she win on a Monday or something?
No, she won on the Thursday, but you're going to get mad because the
rule won.
What? No, she won. She got 202 questions.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, but Roka joined her on the show. It was a Roka and Steph show.
No, I think that's just because it's Thursday and it was Steph.
Okay, I thought you were going to get mad because Roka, you guys beat him from Monday, and then he jumped in and did a second show.
No, but while we're talking about scheduling, I can't make the show on the 26th, so I have to change with somebody. Just throwing that out.
That's great. Yeah, let's do that on the air. That makes sense. But we were discussing anyway. Yesterday he started off strong. He's at 83 for yesterday. So you guys have to beat 83 today. But we talked about Gladiator II yesterday, and Roxy and I were going back and forth on texting, and I didn't specifically because he brought up Snyder, and I said that I love talking movies with Snyder, but I hardly ever agree with his take because he usually just hates everything. There's hardly any when he likes stuff, it's rare, and then you're like, oh, I'll listen to that because maybe he actually likes something. There are other people you had texted. I won't mention names, but I said I don't usually agree with any of their opinions. So I enjoyed Gladiator II, and so did you.
Yeah, I mean, well, I did a show with that dropped yesterday with DJ Wooldridge, so you guys know that he didn't like it.
Okay.
And then who he went with didn't like it. My friend Jess Lucero, who I went with, was not in love with the movie. The entire screening, though, Kristian. The point is that now I try to always text you because we're friends, but because you live in New York, and so you're having a completely different experience than I do in LA at these screenings when I'm invited, which is not all the time anymore. I went to the screening. It was at the Grove. They had 3 theaters. And just so you guys at home know, I think we've talked about this a little bit before, but typically if you are screening your movie 2.5 weeks in advance,
it's good news.
You think your movie is gangbusters. You think your movie is going to do really well with the critics. You think that your movie, there was buzz that this was going to be an Oscar contender. So you think that your movie is going to be great. Not only did they do it that far in advance, but at the Grove, it was 3 theaters, Kristian.
Yeah.
How have you ever seen that before?
Yeah, but for movies like Avatar or Endgame or something along those lines.
Even those movies, I feel like usually the most is 2 theaters. This was 3 massive theaters.
Yeah,
so, and every seat was full in all 3 theaters. So I was like,
maybe it was their only screening. Sometimes they'll do multiple screenings throughout the week, but maybe they only scheduled 1 or 2. But either way, it's still
either way, it's just a lot of press. And also because I went with my friend Jess, friend Jess was like, "Oh, that's a big TikTok," because my friend Jess is big on TikTok. That's a big TikToker. That's a big. So it must have been like influencers, all the things. Okay, so we get in our screening. The movie starts immediately. I hear people groaning. Like
what?
Like I don't know. You know that feeling when you're listening to the critics and they're like laughing at it.
That's predetermined. That's predetermined.
That's how it felt.
Yeah.
To me, and I was like, oh no. Then about like 15 minutes in, something happens, and my theater like, haha. And I was like, what?
So glad I moved.
So I could just feel immediately that this was not going to go in the movie's direction.
Ew.
But I had the greatest time. I really liked the movie.
I think most people will. I think that it's going to be a I'm realizing more and more I don't listen to, and a lot of them are my friends. I don't listen to critics' opinions on movies anymore. Because
but then, Kristian, Rotten Tomatoes, this had an 80-something. So I was like, oh, maybe it was just my screening.
I saw a lot of the stuff that was said, and I didn't disagree with it, right? I don't think it's as good as the first one, but I don't think it should be compared to the first one as far as trying to match the Oscar side of it. I think it's an entertaining movie. I don't think there's enough character development. I think some of the CGI, we both agree, you and I, is bad, but I think it's a very entertaining movie, and I think it's going to be a movie for fans. I think more fans will like it. I mean, 82% is a big number too. So I just think that it's not an Oscar movie. It's not an Oscar movie. But it's a very entertaining film. But I'm bored with critics that are just like some of the things. It just is so pretentious. It's so pretentious in thoughts and certain things, the way people describe it. I'm really bored with it. I saw Nosferatu yesterday.
How was it?
What can you say? I gave my social reaction. It's exactly. So you just saw Bram Stoker's Dracula recently, right?
Yes. Oh my God, that movie's amazing.
Okay, so this is Bram Stoker's Dracula, the Nosferatu. I mean, that's what Nosferatu is. But it's Robert Eggers' version of it. So think what you think a Robert Eggers vampire movie will be, and that's what this movie is, right? And I enjoyed it very much. I really liked it a lot, and that's all I can say until the embargo. But I was texting a friend last night, and I said, the New York critics screenings are no different than the LA screenings as far as conversation goes. Like, I literally heard a guy say, what was the quote? He said, this movie didn't not this one, not Nosferatu, but he was talking about a different movie, and he said it was a movie that didn't deserve my writing, is what the guy said. And I went, I almost threw up on myself.
After Gladiator, when I was at the ticket to get out in the garage, there were 2 critics talking, and one of them looked over at the other and was like, I just didn't simply think it was good. And he was like, why? And he was like, I don't know why, but I don't need to know why it wasn't good. And I was like,
it's the worst. It's the worst. And I was just dreading. I was waiting. I'm going to be honest with the audience. This is what happened last night. I'm sitting there and I'm waiting in the New York screening for this movie, and I'm sitting there in there's like these reclining seats, which it was a little annoying how reclining they were. Like I couldn't really. And some you can control how reclining are. These just recline. So it's like I'm just gonna go with it. I'm gonna recline. So this particular
Yes, good. Bitch about the reclining. Good.
I'm not bitching about it, but
This is not Brett Everyman.
No,
Nobody can relate to you
no,
complaining
and
about the reclining chair.
nor should they. They can make fun. They can make fun of me for that, and that's I would make fun of me for that. But what I will tell you is this: I'm sitting there and I'm getting ready because I'm very excited for this movie. I just had a nice walk in the city, and I sit down and I'm ready to go. And then nobody's really sitting next to me, one other person, and then this other critic comes in, he sits down. And then they start having these conversations about how they hate every movie, and he's shitting on Red One, and he's shitting on everything else, and he's shitting on this, and he says this movie didn't deserve my writing and this, and I'm like, I start tapping my head like this, and I'm like, come on, start, because I just couldn't take. I thought I got away from that kind of conversation again, and it's just like this like, it's what's wrong with movies. It's like where this guy was talking about the downfall of cinema. I'm like, you are the downfall of cinema. You are the downfall of cinema. Like people like that. They are the down. Like fun has gotten away from these people. And I'm not saying that Red One's good. It could be terrible, but it was just the way that he was talking about movies. Like he was, like they were privileged to have him at the movies. It's like, come on, guy, give me a break.
This is why so many studios are going away from critics
Yes.
and going towards influencers.
Yes. It's true.
Which isn't ultimately the right call, but I understand the knee jerk because it's like just so weird how much critics think that they could make a better movie, and it's like, then go do that. Then go make the movie. I guess.
I'm telling you, Roxy, I wish that I didn't want to like, violate the guy's privacy by recording this conversation. It was so bad. It was so bad. Like he was the conversation he was having with his buddy about just how like any room he walks into, they should be privileged that he's writing a review. And like he's talking about all these movies. Like, I can't believe that one I actually enjoyed. I couldn't believe it. I thought it was going to be so bad. It's like just waiting for everything to be bad so he can write a little article. And it drove me crazy. It drove me crazy. I'm like, just watch movies and have fun. You don't like them, fine. You can say I didn't like this because this, and this, but they didn't deserve my writing. Give me a break.
It's the reason that I have been so hesitant and refuse to identify as being a critic, because I just really don't feel like I am.
Right.
I don't feel like a critic. I feel like a movie fan who watches movies, and then when I like them, I speak on them, and when I don't, I just decide I don't want to talk about it.
Right.
Because why do I want to shred a movie? Like, it's not fun.
I understand that, because that's not what you do. Like
I don't get paid to do that.
Right.
So I don't need to go out there and just like shred movies I don't like. I just go see them, and if I don't like it, you guys will know I don't like it because I just don't talk about it.
Look, I'm going to see Red One tomorrow night. I'm going into the movie with no hopes. And if it stinks,
budget though, Kristian, that budget,
budget's ridiculous. But if I don't like it, I'm gonna say I don't like it. You know what I mean? So that's, oof.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be you don't like it because how dare they present that to you when you?
I can't believe I wasted my time to go see this when, oh my goodness. But I don't even know if that was the movie he was, and he at one point talked about Red One, but I don't know if that was the movie he was talking about. But yeah, like, oh my gosh, I cannot. Blah, 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 blah. I did that once angry, and I still hear it today. I still get comments about it. So I make sure that I don't do that again, because, and rightfully so. You throw an egg.
I'm nervous about it. I just reviewed. It will be coming out later, but I just watched 300 for the first time.
Oh, okay.
And the one thing I still get comments about is it doesn't exist.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, oh no, please don't follow me, Snyder people.
I know.
Please, I love him. Please don't follow me.
We'll see what happens. But there's a lot. We put out I have a couple of reactions. So Sam just started. She's never seen the MCU, so we're putting out Iron Man this Friday.
Cool.
Just did Warrior with her. Did very well. And then Wild Robot. I'm going to start reacting to the Arcane season 2 pretty soon.
Did you watch Arcane season 1?
Oh yeah, twice. Loved it.
Wow, I really want to watch that show. That's the one show ever that we've mentioned that you've watched that I haven't.
Yeah, I loved it.
Absolutely. No, and Dark. Those are the two.
Dark.
Arcane and Dark.
Did you? And you did. Oh yeah, because you've seen Dark Matter. So yeah. So anyway, but we started this with the Gladiator talk because Denzel I thought has a very strong performance in this. I don't think it's an Oscar performance, but it's a strong performance.
A lot of people were saying that this is his best performance. I think people said since Training Day.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I don't feel that way.
I think it's a fun performance. I think this is
definitely.
Yeah.
Denzel is the most entertaining person on the planet.
Yeah, he's having a blast doing this. He's having a lot of fun doing this.
So I can't say anything other than Denzel is fun to watch. However, and it kind of works at times in the movie, but he is in a completely different era. He is in a different movie. He is in a different. At one point, Denzel full blown goes and sticks his tongue out, and I was like, "Where am I?
Yeah.
What movie is this? What's happening right now?" It worked for a lot of people. For me, as much as I love Denzel, I just felt like maybe he was not in the room when other people were shooting because it felt.
Oh, really? Yes. I get that, but I thought he was just having such a blast that I had a blast with him. I did think that and this wasn't really, I thought Joseph Quinn was great, and I don't know that kid from White Lotus, and I don't think it's his fault, but he didn't seem like a real person. He seemed like
he was Barry Keoghan.
What?
He was cast as Barry Keoghan. He had to drop out of the movie.
Oh, Barry Keoghan was okay. I thought you said they cast him as Barry. Okay, never mind.
No, he was in the movie, and then he had to leave.
Oh, okay.
And so I wonder how last minute or like how much, because I felt similar to you, and I was like, what happened here? And then I looked it up. I was like, oh.
Yeah, he was fine, but it was just like he just didn't seem like a real character. You see, there was nothing like the Joseph Quinn's character. I felt there was some real things to him, but the other brother didn't seem very real. But anyway,
they made. I guess this is. I don't want to give a spoiler, but they made some comment at some point that I was like, oh, is that why he's acting like that? Did you hear that one comment?
You have to tell me.
Okay.
Off air.
I love Paul Mescal.
Oh, Paul Mescal's great, and I can't. I don't think he's as developed as Maximus, but that's not his fault. I think for what he's given, I think he's a star. I think he's a star.
Voice. Yeah. Do you know he's a Gen Z icon? So I've never seen him in anything, but Gen Z, I know this because, I run the pitch meetings for AfterBuzz. All the interns would come in for Dua Lipa. They made so much fun of me for that. All the interns come in. They're 18 to 21, and they would every week pitch me Paul Mescal. I'm like, you guys are obsessed with this guy, Paul Mescal. He slays in that demo. Mm-hmm. I had never seen him in anything. Then he was cast in Gladiator, and I was like, finally, I can get in on this. And now I get why they love him so much.
Yeah, he's great.
He is a star. His voice.
I thought he was really, so really good.
Oh,
yeah,
so good.
Yeah, I think it was unfair to say, well, he's no Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe had a lot more to do.
Like him. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And also Russell Crowe is a different movie, different time. I thought he was excellent. I thought he held it down so well.
Anyway, so let's get to this story. Here it is. This is the story itself. And let me blow this thing up a little bit. Can I? Like the bathroom this morning. All right, here we go. So this is Gladiator II. Denzel Washington confirms that he will star in Black Panther 3 after Ryan Coogler wrote him a role. Screen icon Denzel Washington is finally joining the Marvel Cinematic Universe as the Gladiator II star confirmed he'll appear in Ryan Coogler's Black Panther 3. We've long wondered whether Denzel Washington might finally agree to appear in a superhero project. Unfortunately, it's never seemed over likely given how selective the two-time Oscar winner is with the movie he stars in. During the rounds to promote Gladiator II, Washington looked ahead to what's next and confirmed that he will star in Black Panther 3, a movie which has yet to be officially announced by Marvel. For me, it's about the filmmaker, especially at this point in my career. I'm only interested in working with the best. I don't know how many more films I'm going to make. Probably not that many. I want to do things I haven't done. Ryan Coogler's writing a part for me in the next Black Panther. Washington didn't divulge any details beyond that, so we don't know who he's playing. Social media is already abuzz with ideas, although including the threequel's lead villain, whoever that might end up being, and Blue Marvel. The actors, accolades, and previous roles are too numerous to mention, though some of his most famous credits. What happened?
That's just funny.
Oh.
We're not even.
They're
It's
not even
rolls with
mentioned.
two.
Yeah, too many. Training Day, Malcolm X, Man on Fire, Inside Out, Equalizer. Black Panther star Chadwick Boseman was frequently referred to as the next Denzel, and shortly after the actor's death followed a 4-year battle with colon cancer in 2020. Washington paid tribute to him. He says he was a gentle soul, a brilliant artist who will stay with us for an eternity through his iconic performance over his short yet illustrious career. God bless Chadwick Boseman. And then they had history. There's a little bit more. Okay, so the news itself in regards to Denzel Washington. I think Denzel Washington probably gave away that they were doing Black Panther 3. They didn't announce it, but what are you going to say? Hey, Denzel, what are you doing? You go, that's a meeting where you go, hey, Denzel just told everybody we're doing part 3. Okay. Brett, this is a no-brainer.
I like turtles.
Thank you.
That's what I felt like that whole time. Just like that kid staring off.
Would you say I love what?
Turtles.
I like turtles.
Yeah, what your hair's doing today is special.
Oh, everything is special, you guys. Just side note, my wife rescued that from the recycling bin.
Your finger?
The plant?
No, that plant.
Oh.
Someone put that in the recycling because we recycle plants apparently. So that's my gripe there. What was your question, Kristian?
No, that's exactly what I wanted to hear. Roxy, what do you think about this news?
I agree that he must be the villain, right? Because who else is he in Black Panther 3? So
you would assume, unless they say the Blue Marvel, I don't know anything about, but I don't know if he's bouncing back and forth and wants to now do villain after villain after villain. I mean, he has fun doing it.
yeah, I could see the exact tone, exact character that he was in Gladiator. He wouldn't have to change a thing to be the villain in Black Panther 3. It could be the exact same.
As you mean, as from Gladiator 3 role? I mean Gladiator 2 role?
Yes.
Yeah. You could see him doing something along those lines, but who knows what they want him to do or where he's going to go or how far into the future it is, and are they going to have T'Challa's son be Black Panther now, or are they going to keep with Shuri? Like, what are they going to do? Like, where does that take place? Plus the fact we have all this other stuff that's leading in up to the Avengers kind of coming up now. Matt Serra just put out a show this morning on his channel where he and I were talking about like the upcoming Marvel projects, and there's quite a few leading into 2027. And then after the Avengers movies, you would assume it's all going to reset. So I don't know where Black Panther 3 falls into that. I don't know. And
well, I don't know that it's all going to reset. This is a debate that I.
Oh no, not reset. Not reset as far as them starting over with new Captain America and all that. So I mean more so like the multiverse is going to be done. They're ending the multiverse and they're starting a new thing moving forward past that.
This is a conversation that I've had with Hector Navarro 80 times now because him and I completely disagree on the future of the MCU. He believes that they will never, ever recast Cap, Thor, Iron Man, that we'll never see new ones, that they'll go to different character, but that those stories have been told and they will never be recast.
Ever?
I believe someday at some point we're going to have to reboot.
In like 50 years?
Could be.
For sure. I mean, that's why I never say never. Like if someone goes,
he says never. I said 100 years. He said never. They're never doing it.
That's you can't say that because you don't even know the kind of tools that they have if they want to make, because maybe they could do something where he might not be wrong, and 100 years from now they can go, hey, we want Chris Hemsworth in a movie to play Thor again. Here's this AI. Let's put this together. Okay, we want him to do this, and then it's Chris Hemsworth running around the place. So maybe, but never say never as far as that goes, because
let me activate my movie chip in my brain to watch this movie you get to pick all the characters that are in it. That's the future.
Yes, they're already working on that stuff now. He talked about, like, I can't remember, this one woman who worked at this company said we're getting to a place where if you're like, hey, you don't want The Sopranos to end, well, you can say this is what I wanted to happen in this, and then you'll watch that thing. It's scary as hell, but yes, scary as hell, but
that's horrific.
But nonetheless, never. You just can't say, because you can't predict what's going to happen in 50 years. But where I will agree with him, I don't think it's anywhere in the next 10 to 20. I don't think no shot in the next 10 to 20. No
You
shot.
don't think in the next 20 years we're going to see a different Iron Man?
I mean, if we're talking different Iron, you mean a different Tony Stark, like someone playing Tony Stark, or someone taking up the mantle as Iron Man?
Different Tony Stark.
No, I don't. I don't think in the next, because 20 years is not
I
that
will
far
meet
away.
you here in 2044.
20 years is not that far away. I mean, they already have 10 years like kind of mapped out. I mean, shit, man, the MCU in general started 17 or 16 years ago.
I know.
You know what I mean? So
you think it's going to go for 36 years?
Well, look at it this way. You've got the Avengers movies, the second one coming up is like 2027, right? So from 2027 on, you're really going to focus in on the majority. You'll have some other movies that pop in here and there, but the majority is going to be Fantastic Four and X-Men. Okay, so let's say they do 5 X-Men.
Yeah, but you're talking about 2024, 2044.
Listen, so let's say 2027. Let's say 2027 is the last time the Avengers one comes out. Let's say that then after that, then you have a new Fantastic, 2 or 3 more Fantastic Four movies. So let's say 2030, 2032. Let's say you then have X-Men movies, 4 X-Men movies with 2.5 years, 3.5 years in between them, right? Right there. That's like between, maybe 9.
You don't think they're going to do any Avenger character movies?
I don't think so. I think Avengers is going to take a back seat for a little bit. I think they're going to really focus on X-Men for a while. I think X-Men is going to be the Avengers. I think they're going to have big movies like that. I would be
shocked if we don't have some semblance of a new character in one of our either Hulk, Cap, Iron Man, in one of our core roles, the core Avenger roles, reboot, but within 20 years. Come on.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think, look.
I will see you in 20 years. Let's discuss.
If they recast T'Challa for obvious reasons, I would say that I could see that happening.
Okay, so then I'm right.
But that's a different circumstance. Like I could see that.
But they're obviously, yes. However, I do think that that's the direction that we've got to trend in eventually. I seem to be the only one who cares about the children anymore, Kristian. I'm savior of the children when it comes to movies. This is something you guys don't know. You two don't care about the children as much as I care about the children. They need to be able to not have to watch 40 movies in order to understand a character. When can they get something fresh? When can they have their own Iron Man? When can they have their own Cap?
But that's the problem. This is where
I care about the children, Kristian.
But DC has a little bit more of a cushion than Marvel does right now because of this Elseworlds thing. They have the Elseworlds thing where they can like look at, and you're going to get into it when we talk about like Penguin, right? After the Penguin finale, I want to see so much in the Matt Reeves universe, and I don't need it to tie into the DCU. Like I'm all in on that universe. So I want to see more of that stuff. I'm in. They hit with it. They tried it with Joker 2. It ate garbage, but who cares? They have the Elseworlds thing that if they want to do things outside of it, they can. Marvel hasn't set that up, and Marvel hasn't had an opportunity to try to do that because everything connects. So it's almost like Star Wars. Star Wars, I guess your argument too is they have not recast Luke. They haven't recast Leia. They haven't recast Han, and they probably won't. But
I feel different about that because those aren't comic book characters that they adapted for screen. Are they?
They're not comic book characters adapted for screen, but they've become pretty iconic, and like
yeah. But I'm just saying, like Batman lived, not Batman.
Sure,
Iron Man lived decades.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, like they in the same way like James Bond, they reboot him and do James Bond again, and they rebooted Batman 1,000 different times, right? So like, why couldn't they do it for Iron Man? I think the answer is because the MCU is still very much connected, and I think that when they do that, Roxy, is when if the MCU completely starts to like fail, and like look at the DCU right now, Superman, they are counting on Superman to perform, and if Superman performs, then the DCU is just going to start to go and connect. If it bombs, what I mean? Like, how do you connect that? How do you keep doing that? Do you recast different characters down the line? Do you wait and do Superman again 10 years? You know what I mean? It's like, so it's all about the success of the connectivity and the tissue. And Marvel just is still successful right now.
But do you agree I care about the children the most?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thanks,
I
Brett.
think so. And also, Roxy, I'm sorry nobody's told you how lovely your hair looks today.
Listen, it's kind of like a little bit of a nest, but I'm going for it. Sometimes it just be doing what it wants to do, guys.
Yeah.
Your hair looks good.
My hair is beautiful, but I heard there's advancements in hair regrowth for men that are quite wonderful, because I would like to not have this bald spot, and I'd like to have this back.
Well, I don't have that
What are
for
the
you.
advancements?
Oh, all right.
Oh, was that a setup for an
going
ad?
for it.
Kristian, tell us about it.
All right. Thanks, Rox.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like everybody in the last segment was excited because they were probably as excited as I am with Via. That's right. Via. That's where I was trying to get to my story that I never got to, Roxy. When I don't know what happened, I got thrown up. But when I was telling you about my screening last night, what I did to block out the critic that was talking, you better believe I had some Via with me. And man, oh man, it made the movie even much more fun. So Via, I'll tell you about Via right now, and then everybody should just wash their rear ends. As the crisp fall air now rolls in and those leaves begin to change, don't rely on pumpkin to spice up your life. You got to embrace the natural power of cannabis this fall with Via. Whether you're lounging by the fire or you're exploring new adventures, Via's premium, federally legal cannabis products are your perfect companion. Farmed and crafted with care in the U.S. and trusted by over 500,000 customers, Via has a product for everyone. Via is well known for their premium THCA flower grown indoors in the state-of-the-art facilities and harvested at peak THCA levels to emphasize a natural aroma and flavor. They're constantly adding new strains to its website every week, as they're always receiving fresh new strains from their independent farm harvests. Via is also well-renowned for their award-winning THC and THC-free gummies. Yum. They sent me some. Loving it. Digging it. Big fan. Especially after I moved, I needed a place and I found Via. If you are 21 and up, check out the link in our description and use that code Kristian to receive 15% off. After you purchase, they're going to ask you where you heard about them. You got to support our show, and you tell them that we sent you. This fall, enhance your everyday with Via. Come on, you are thanking me already. You know, the spooky season, it's here. And there's no reason that your bathroom routine should give you the chills. If you're haunted by nagging sensation that you're not clean after you wipe, it is time to make the switch to Hello Tushy. I've been using Tushy for a long time, and I have 2 of them in my house, and I really love them. I'm so excited to tell you guys more about them. Hello Tushy is the modern bidet attachment that uses a stream of fresh water for a complete and soothing clean. The Tushy bidet, it attaches to your existing toilet without the need for additional plumbing or electricity. Installation, simple. Takes less time than it does for you to go to the bathroom, just under 10 minutes. Toilet paper only smears your poop around, but with the Tushy bidet's nozzle adjuster, you get a precise clean every time. And every Hello Tushy bidet comes with a 30-day hassle-free return and a 12-month warranty. Get one of these, especially for Halloween. Get one. Clean your butts. You guys will be thanking me, I promise you. Ditch the toilet paper. Finally feel shower fresh with Hello Tushy for a limited time. Our listeners get 10% off their first bidet order when you use that code BIGTHING at checkout. That's 10% off your first bidet order at hellotushy.com with that promo code BIGTHING. All right. Thank you to Hello Tushy and, of course, Via. They are really some of my favorites, and I hope they become some of your favorites. And I already have people who have signed up to Via. So many people have gotten the bidets, and you should. Go into the links in the description, browse around, take a look, show a little. And that's what I say to you. Okay, so we have other things going on here. This is we talked about that Black Panther story, and I think that we all agree that it's Denzel Washington, man. You want to have him in the MCU. How do you not?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Brett, you were very fired up about
How
that.
are numbers?
Oh, right now? Yeah, go ahead, Brett.
Oh, I just wanted to say, it's funny that what you've said about Denzel not seeming like he was in that movie, because just by watching the trailer, something seemed different about him. And I was like, God, it's just, and I didn't know if maybe it was just because Denzel is so Denzel that putting him in a period piece like that didn't quite stick for me, but it sounds like performance-wise it was different.
The thing is, Brett, though, a couple of things. Number one, I am way outnumbered with that opinion. I'm the only one I've talked to who has that opinion. He's everybody's favorite part of the movie, so it's obviously extremely subjective. And number two, I don't find Denzel to be like The Rock. I think Denzel actually can blend into roles and does all of the time. Nothing against The Rock, he's amazing, but never am I watching The Rock and not thinking like that's The Rock. With Denzel, something like The Fences, right? Like I feel like he really does lose himself in. But in
I
this,
guess I was thinking in terms of people's opinions who matter to me. Yours.
yeah, that's me.
So
Because
I
I
was
care about the
just thinking,
children, so that's why you care
Yeah.
about my thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, hell
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
Kristian, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. We got more stuff to talk about. What should we
Did
do?
you give me my numbers?
Oh, 15. You got about 70 before you can beat Roka today. Good luck. All right.
70's a lot, but
Yeah.
we still have almost that many minutes.
This is true.
More than that.
Well, yeah, let's talk about
One
this.
per minute.
Well,
Come on.
we're never going to get to it, though, because we got to finish the stories first. And if you guys keep jabbering about, Brett's been talking up a storm this whole episode. So let's get to Superman trailer is close to getting ready to fly, is what they say. It has been
hell yeah.
Nice, Brett. It has been a busy few days for trailers with the new ones for Captain America, Thunderbolts, Mission Impossible. They all went online. In fact, many films opening in the first half of next year already got a trailer, or some, with a notable handful of exceptions. There's no 28 Years Later trailer, How to Train Your Dragon live action, Karate Kid Legends, The Accountant 2, etc., 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 etc. One of the trailers yet to debut, but is highly anticipated with the first look, is James Gunn's Superman. Gunn has previously indicated he was working on the trailer, which will be debuting sometime soon. Today on Threads, he was asked by an eager fan why the film's trailer isn't out yet, considering so many other 2025 titles have posted trailers, citing those aforementioned 3 lately. Gunn responded that it's done but not released yet because it's too early. It's on my hard drive, but seriously, all 3 of those projects come out months before us. So, when the clip will premiere isn't clear. The CCXP Expo takes place in Brazil in the first weeks of December, where Warner Brothers expect to have a presence. That's one possibility. Another comes from Comic Book Movies Today, who claim the trailer will debut on Christmas Day during one of the scheduled NBA games. Either way, if the trailer hits next month, it will be arriving a good 7 months ahead of the film's release. Roxy, I know this is... whoa, what the hell are you doing?
Trying to read it because sometimes when you're reading the stories and I don't have the links to them, I was trying to read the story because I don't process it as well when you're saying it as I do when I'm reading.
Well, I just ask you this question: do you think that they're going to debut this trailer, the first one anyway, in this year, or are they going to wait?
What are the events?
They have this one in Brazil that's coming up in the first week of December, but then you got Super Bowl coming up.
So that's Feb.
Yeah, that's February. So then that's too late to anything past that, because to not put out the first teaser.
But I do think it definitely could be the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it could be the Super Bowl. But that's a lot. I think
one weird thing about releasing it at the Super Bowl is that so many things are released at the Super Bowl, and this really is its own event, its own standalone. So I wouldn't advise that. Not that they would ask me, although they should, because brilliant keeper of the children.
Yeah, no,
protector of the world.
I think Super Bowl is a bad choice as well.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So
December, I think end of December. And also the other reason why you put it out in December, whether it's at the NBA game or at the Brazil, because then you can start releasing it on the December movies, for trailers when people are going to see them.
True.
Yeah.
So true. And there's a lot of big stuff coming up.
Yeah.
What's the actual date of this?
That this movie comes out?
Yeah.
It's July something. I'm not sure. I'll get you a release date. Hold on. Let's see. Superman.
I think I'm busy.
You're busy? Okay.
Yeah, July something.
Okay. Sounds good, Brett.
I know what I'm doing.
July 11th.
My birthday party.
July 11th.
Oh, no, I can make that. I'll make that.
Okay, good. You'll be there?
I'll make that work.
Okay.
I'll shuffle some things around, but I can make that work.
Good. Brett, how do you feel about this?
Oh, man. Listen, I think Super Bowl would be a great idea. I'm actually gonna be contrary to both of you because I think
You don't think you'll get buried by the other big trailers?
No, nobody gives a shit about those. Oh, you mean the trailers or commercials?
Perfect.
No, you said
Trailers.
trailers.
Yeah, there's like tons of trailers that they release on.
No, nobody cares about those. They all care about Superman.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. Listen,
Because you know why? Because
Yeah.
Superman cares about the children.
very much
Yeah.
so. I mean,
But not about his dad.
no.
No, he
No.
hits his dad.
Okay. Well, I'm going to be the cop from Penguin right now, and I'll ask you guys. So, Roxy, I want to ask you a question. I want to make sure that you are doing everything you're supposed to be doing. You know, that guy's voice is the best.
I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing.
Are you doing everything you're supposed to be doing? Because if not, we're going to put you in Arkham.
I would not do well in Arkham.
No, you would not.
Brett would do extremely well in Arkham.
You think so? I don't know. I think
Yeah.
you have a nervous breakdown just smelling it.
Brett would do
Yeah.
very well in Arkham.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Somebody wants your date story because you were going to tell us a date story last week, and Brett kept interrupting you.
Oh, I think I know what it was. It wasn't really a date story, but this guy that I had gone on a date with, maybe like 8 months ago, my friend of mine set me up. It was a really good date. I don't know whether I told you guys about it or not. It was a really good date, like a phenomenal date. We were together for like 12 hours. This is why I don't like talking to you. Do you want to know where you're going?
It's true. It's true.
All right, and that's
I'm
the end of the
listening.
story.
No,
That
I was
all
listening.
story.
I was listening.
It was a great
I
date.
can say what you're saying, Rox.
I was
That was
listening.
the
I'm
whole
sorry.
story.
Go ahead. I won't do it again.
That was the whole story. It was a great date.
Come on. Tell me for real.
That was the story. Oh,
Please.
see, no, now you definitely don't get it. That
What? It wasn't even me.
okay.
See? That's Brett. Brett has his own roadcaster. I don't even have a roadcaster that works anymore.
It's hard to tell stories about your love life when you're in your 30s and it's vulnerable and you fart during my stories.
That wasn't me.
Yeah.
That wasn't me. I want to hear him. Can you
No, I'm actually not going to tell you. That was just,
Come on.
no, that was it.
Come
I
on,
gave
tell me
you the
good one.
second chance. And
All
then
right.
you
All right.
did
Give me
it
one more
again.
chance. You get 3 chances. You get 3
there's no more-
chances. Come on.
You don't.
Come
you
on.
don't make the rules. I make the rules.
No, I do make the rules. It's my show. Come on.
It's true. You make the rules on your show, but you don't
Right.
make the rules about what I will and will not say.
Go about today.
No, let's talk about Penguin.
Come on.
I'm not going to tell this.
Come on. One more time. One more shot.
And I am not going to tell it.
Come on.
You can't just keep saying, come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
No, you come on.
What do you say? But they want to hear the story. The audience wants to say it.
Yeah, well, it's a bummer for them that their captain decided to fart.
They're all
during the-
intrigued. Everybody's interested.
It's not that good of a story anyway. Just move on. Let's keep it
All
pushing.
right, fine.
Yeah. I agree. I think great dates are not what we want to hear about. I mean, we do off camera, but on camera, that's just amazing. That is amazing.
That's just amazing. He says.
Just
The reactions are just the best. All right.
how did we get a ton of questions come in after that?
Yeah. 1.
Oh, good.
16 now.
16 questions?
Yeah, 16 total. So you got a while.
It's more than 15.
It's true. All right. So
It's
what
true.
should we do then? We just what were we talking about? I had something we were talking about, and then it's gone. Oh,
Penguin.
no, we'll do that when it's your time.
I know that's what you were talking about.
I know, but I don't want to do that anymore.
Oh,
Let's do the one that I want to talk about is this Harry Potter story, because that to me very interesting. Mark Rylance is reportedly being eyed to play Dumbledore. Dumbledore? No, that's not fair. Dumbledore in the HBO series. Though it sounds like things are far from set.
That's actually like my least favorite sound on the planet. I feel like there's a
That
dog
wasn't me.
there. I know. I watched Brett do that out of his fucking mouth.
Really quick, who does Dumbledore, the new one, look like? It's like an artist, Renoir. Is that a name of artist?
Yeah, it's Renoir.
Look at that picture.
Renoir Jones.
Somebody send in 47 chats.
Ew, I'm
tell us who
so disgusted with you both. I no longer can do this show.
Really?
This is my
Oh,
my
on, Roxy.
resignation. That burp was. There's something wrong with you guys. Mark Rylance is very talented.
We're not done yet. Hold on, we didn't read the whole story.
Oh.
All right. Though it sounds like things are far from set in stone, fucking Variety says is that Warner Brothers Television has an actor to play the key role of Albus Dumbledore in the upcoming Harry Potter TV series. According to the trade, Rylance is at the top of the casting wish list and is now in the mix to play the fan favorite Hogwarts headmaster. No offer has been made, but the studio has reached out to gauge interest and availability. One HBO rep responded to Variety's inquiry, said, "We appreciate that such a high-profile series will draw a lot of rumor and speculation. As we make our way through the pre-production, we will only confirm details when we want to tell you fuckers." All right, so that is the story. Roxy, you were saying what about Rylance?
He's talented. He's talented. I think could do a good job at this.
Oh, okay. Brett?
Yeah.
It's a Da Vinci, a young Leonardo da Vinci, I believe, is who he looks like. I think he's going to do a great job. I mean, I'm coming off of, the other ones he did. He's definitely going to.
What's your favorite one, Brett?
Well, no, the first one was probably my favorite, but after that, there was so many. It's like, coming off of those, this one's definitely going to be here, where the other ones were like right here. But like, man, Mark Riley is gonna kill this role.
Yeah, I think he's gonna do pretty good. What's wrong, Bulletproof? Yeah. Bulletproof's sad. I don't know why Bulletproof is sad. So
what?
There's a chat person, Bulletproof. He's sad. I don't know why he's sad.
What did he say? He said, "I'm sad."
He said, "This is really not cool." I think he's sad. I don't know what he's sad about.
Oh,
I don't know.
Burping during your.
That better not be it. That better not be. You've stumbled into the wrong neighborhood.
He said this is not cool.
I know what he's talking about. Maybe he's talking about Mark Rylance. Maybe he doesn't like Mark Rylance as Dumbledore. So this is not cool.
Oh, really? Why?
I don't know.
I don't know that much about Mark Rylance. I just have seen him in a bajillion things and think he's talented.
Oscar winner.
Maybe it's not cool. Could not be cool. What do I know?
I don't know. Oscar winning Mark Rylance. I think that they're trying to get.
What do you win for?
Bridge of Spies over Stallone, remember? That was the big
right.
controversy. I don't think he should have beaten Stallone in that one, but I still think he was pretty damn good. Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, yes. Someone said the show's inappropriate. Yes.
That's what the guy who's sad said?
No. Somebody was goofing and said, this show is totally inappropriate. They're playing with us.
Yeah.
That's what I like about this. So I think that, Mark Rylance is definitely a good.
Should we get to those questions? I mean, like
16 questions.
Are we going to have time?
That's all you got. You got 16. You got more than enough time.
Are we going to have time to get to all of them?
With 16? Yeah, I think so, Brett.
Yeah.
I think that the casting for Harry Potter is going to be very difficult in general. Because the comparison game is going to be really strong. I mean, talk about recasting things.
Yeah.
And rebooting, and then
I mean, shit, man. Richard Harris, when he passed away, he was recast, and he obviously had to be, but that was two movies into the damn thing.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't remember any of the Harry Potter movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't remember it at all. To the point where when we were at, spoiler alert for Harry Potter, if you haven't seen it, when I was at Horror Nights with Steph, I was stoked about Harry and Hermione ending up together, and she was like, "That did not happen." And I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Harry and Hermione? Yeah.
Yeah. And she was like, What are you talking about? Yeah. And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she was like, "Harry and Hermione are not together." And I was like, "Obviously, that was the whole point of the books and the movies. What are you talking about?" And she was like, "Do you remember them at all?" And then she started quizzing me. And I apparently I don't remember a single character, a single scene.
Yeah.
But they're doing the whole Real Rejects thing for it. And I was like, I can do this. I don't know anything, but there were two people who remembered it less than even I did. So, so I'm going to rewatch it. I think we're going to do it for the World Girls because I want to see the Harry Potter movies and I don't remember them.
Yeah. Well, if you were here, I'd have you do it with me, but you're not.
Yeah.
but I'm not.
No, you're not.
Alas.
Alas. But you know what's right around the corner? Dune Prophecy.
Mm-hmm.
The reviews are in. You ready for this shit? Here
Have
it
you
goes.
seen this?
The show?
Yeah.
No, not yet.
Whose reviews are in?
People's.
Oh.
The reviews are
The
in.
Talented Weekly.
Yeah, the Talented Weekly. So the review embargo for Prophecy lifted today. An early word on the 6th episode is largely positive. While this is technically a prequel to the Dune movies, Denis Villeneuve isn't involved, and the massive time gap means there will be no crossovers. For the most part, it sounds like Dune Prophecy is a worthy addition to the science fiction franchise, even if it doesn't necessarily break the mold. For fans of Villeneuve's groundbreaking movies, that's likely to come as a disappointment. In the Hollywood Reporter's review, it said, even though it's a part of a brand, Dune Prophecy has a lot of elements to introduce, and the series is already a slow, sometimes lugubrious build, but I found myself becoming increasingly invested as it went along. Maybe at the end of the first season, I'll be hooked. As of now, everything could use a bit more spice. Oh, shit, I know what they did there. The Rap loved the show. And explains this makes for not just good television, but the first steps of a promisingly bold new epic. Not even the Bene Gesserit could fully foresee. I like that. That's a good one. That's a little more clever than the Spice one. Empire was less impressed. It's a mixed start for this first Dune spinoff, which can't entirely escape the shadow of Denis, the review adds, but patience may be rewarded. The Bene Gesserit's plan are measured in centuries, after all. Total Film adds, Dune Prophecy, HBO's takes on Frank Herbert's acclaimed science fiction franchise, features the odd flicker of greatness, but ultimately gets weighed down with too many characters, overly complex world building, and dull subplots. Damn. According to Entertainment Weekly, only 4 of Prophecy's episodes were available at the time of review, so it remains unclear if the series will be able to stick the landing and deliver a rewarding conclusion to its many mysteries. But regardless of who makes it out alive, one thing is for certain: Prophecy is a solid foray into the farther reaches into the Dune universe. All right. I mean, that's promising to me. Guys,
I
thoughts?
think this show will withstand the sands of time.
Oh, snap, Socrates.
And yeah, I think that the it might get a little spicy at times. I heard it has an NC-17 rating, so it might get a little spicy.
I am glad to hear that this didn't bite the dust.
Yeah. Oh.
I think that this is going to be good. I'm excited for it. I like this franchise. I am also a little surprised to hear that Villeneuve is not involved at all. You would think that maybe as a consultant
Right.
or anything like what we just saw with Penguin, right? Matt Reeves being involved. I know that's a little different because it's kind of just his whole verse,
Yeah.
but
I think it's a mistake.
to not have him involved.
Yeah.
I do too. But you know, if it's great, then it's great.
Sure. I think he probably didn't want to be involved, you know.
Right. Just after the debacle that was the sequels to Star Wars, we just know that audiences really care about continuity and through lines and things making sense, and anything that's involved in a prequel could be relevant to a sequel or to the next Dune movie. So,
well, but the only reason this one is that's what they said inside of the thing, the fact that it takes place thousands of years beforehand, so you can really play around.
Yeah.
So,
that too.
But I'm excited to see it. And I think that what I got from a lot of this is that they only watched 4 episodes. So how many times, Roxy, I've heard you say to me, you know, I was watching this show and I was interested in the first 4, but I wasn't really fully locked in. But by the time they got to the end, I was all in. You know what I mean? Like that happens all the time. And that already seems, as long as you don't watch it, if you don't feel like it takes place in the same world, it's the same thing I was saying about Gladiator too. You can't right away compare it to the first one. Sure, Ridley Scott did both movies. I get it. But you can't compare it because you're not going to capture that same kind of magic that you did. You're just not going to. And
people were mad at me for saying that about Gladiator II, that I don't think that people should be comparing them walking in.
Yeah, that's what I said too.
And I think it's weird to be mad at that. It's like, you know, people were like, but then you shouldn't have called it Gladiator 2. You should call it something else. But if you see the movie, it's very obviously Gladiator 2.
Right.
So you call it that. But it's like, if your dad is Bill Sr. and you're Bill Jr., do you constantly want to be compared? No, you're two different people. These are 2 different movies. So what's the point?
The question that I said, what you should ask yourself coming out of it is, like, do you feel that it was a worthy sequel? Do you feel like it was still part of the universe, right? And I did,
Yeah, I really
100%.
did,
And
yeah.
that to me is an important question. That's why I think Dune is the same thing. Is it important? Does it feel, even though it's 10,000 years beforehand, whatever it is, it's still like, does it still feel like, okay, yes, it's a different director and everything too, but do you feel that even in 10,000 years from now, that this could be the same, timeline? And we'll find out pretty soon. We'll see what if that plays.
What's all the information about it, Kristian? So it's how many episodes? It's on Max.
It's on Max, and I think it's this weekend is when it releases. What a huge weekend you got! I don't know when Cobra Kai is pretty soon.
Silo, baby.
Silo, the Mike Tyson fight in the UFC at the Madison Square Garden on Saturday night. A lot of stuff going on this week. So let's see. You were asking for how many episodes?
Wait, is that the Tyson and Paul guy?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's on Friday, and then UFC. John Jones.
You know his name, Brett?
Yeah, something Paul. He's one of the disgraced Paul brothers.
It's Jake Paul, right?
Jake Paul, yeah.
It's not Logan?
No, Logan Paul. Logan Paul is the wrestler.
Oh, Jake Paul's the one who's doing this, not Logan?
Yeah, it's Jake
know.
Paul. Yeah. So
Brett, I was like, do you know his name? I didn't know.
You didn't know either. You knew it was one of them. But Dune Prophecy is 6 episodes. 6 total. So
and they saw 4?
They
That's
watched
so
4.
bizarre.
That is, well, a lot of times they don't want to give, I guess, the reveals. People do that sometimes.
Yeah, but usually then they would show 2 or 3.
That's true. And then part 2 of Arcane is also coming out this Saturday. So I think that if I have time, I have to do Roxy, you don't know what tomorrow is. Go ahead and get it out of your system now. What's my other show called?
What?
No, it's not what. You like to say, yup.
Yep.
So
yep.
I set you up for it and you failed.
Except because I looked at it
failed.
and I saw that tomorrow's Wednesday, so I know UAP Tuesday.
Yes. And that's coming out today also. But tomorrow is the second hearing in front of Congress.
Oh.
The second real hearing with a bunch of people. And I'll be doing a live stream. I'm actually going to be doing a live stream on that channel. And I know I normally don't cover it here on this channel anymore, but I will be live streaming. That's going to serve as my episode for tomorrow on this channel, too.
Why don't you ever have me on for UAP stuff?
You're not paying attention to what's going on right now. You didn't even know there was a hearing.
No, I didn't know there was a hearing. Yeah, but I don't pay as much attention. But I was the OG.
You were,
UAP
but
girl.
I gotta have. Riley's not even on it anymore. He's not paying. Where we are right now. You gotta be paying attention to this stuff every day.
All right. Well, when I'm home,
all right,
all I do is pay attention because it's the only thing my dad cares about.
Well, have him watch the hearing tomorrow. You gotta let him know.
Have him watch. He obviously he knows so much.
Does he?
He could take you and any person. He knows more about UAP stuff. There's not one thing that drops that he does not watch immediately.
All right.
Immediately.
All right.
He is so crazy with the
Yeah,
UAP.
I don't understand why you're attacking your dad like this.
I'm
It's
sorry.
so weird.
I apologize.
Yeah.
I apologize. Okay, listen. We have that coming out tomorrow, so you can check that. That will be live streaming on both channels tomorrow. So that's what you're gonna get. You're not getting any movie news tomorrow, not from me. But on Thursday, I'll be back to do some movie news, and then same with Friday.
Yep.
We have questions, and we got.
Let me talk about television, man.
Oh shoot! Yeah, I forgot about that. All right, let's do that first.
Outer Banks just dropped their second part. I'm a couple episodes deep in it. This show is really good. It's completely off the rails, though. They made a decision with JJ that I was like, what is happening right now? But loving this. Again, if you liked OC, people say this is like the OC meets the Goonies, and I feel that.
Here we go.
Penguin finale. This was, to me, truly phenomenal. I think that it really showed that they thought that they were only doing one season of this show. I'm so intrigued. This morning, I saw so many people be like, we need an Arkham show. We need a full-blown Arkham show. There's going to be so many people that are in Arkham. I know that not everybody's seen this show yet, so I don't want to give full spoilers, but I thought they really stuck the landing on what was an amazing show the entire time.
You've been watching it, Brett?
Yeah, I love it, man.
Have you not?
No. What is it? Penguin?
Perfect. Go ahead, Rock.
I went away to a different world there for a second. I honestly was like,
the picture was literally just up on the screen for I don't know how long.
No. My seriously, my brain started thinking about things I needed to do.
Oh, good.
and it just went on a little. So
Thanks.
I'm back, baby. I'm back.
Thanks for
No,
being-
I think I can't wait for the spice to return.
Go ahead, Roxy. Keep going.
No, I wish my wife has no interest in watching this program. I don't know
She
why.
didn't like Breaking Bad.
She loved Breaking Bad.
She didn't like The Sopranos.
She didn't see The Sopranos.
Oh, okay. Well,
But I think that's not a selling point. I've said
Brett,
it's
this show is actually amazing. You would like it.
Oh, I'll have to watch it without her.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, Roxy.
That's how I felt about the Penguin. High Potential. You guys recommended this to me, so I started binging High Potential. It's kind of a procedural, which I was shocked about because I thought that this was going to be a little raunchier, a little weird, but it's really good. It reminds me a little bit of Lucifer, even though it's not supernatural at all. I'm liking it. I love her. It's fun. Does that mean you wanted me to move on?
No, I hit the wrong button. Keep going, please.
No, it's fun. It's she is the smartest woman on the planet, and she is now helping the detectives because she sees things that nobody else sees. But her husband's been missing for years. He's the one person she can't find. So there's that one through line through the whole season. Then every episode is a different kind of murder of the week episode. It's very much like Poker Face as well. The vibe is very Poker Face.
I always talk about her. She's the reason I didn't get cast on Punk'd. Ever tell you that story?
Why do you guys have beef?
Beef? No, I think she's brilliant. I got called back 4 different times for, I forget what season it was, and I made it to the last thing again, and they were only taking like 2 or 3 more cast members, and it was the last one. I had been crushing every one of these auditions for Punk'd, and they were.
What are you auditioning for Punk'd? For what role?
For one of the cast members.
Wow, cool.
And it was, so I got very, very far many times at different seasons, but this was the season that I got very far, and there were only a handful of people left. So they're pairing people off to do scenes with. So I had to be on an airplane and doing something with whoever was in there. So I sat down, and it was her, and I was sitting there. It was just me and her, and she annihilated me. And she wasn't trying to annihilate me. I just was not on. And she was hilarious. And I remember thinking to myself, she is super nice, but just great. And anything that we were going back and forth, she would kind of one up me. And I was like, I remember walking out going, she was so funny. She killed me, and I didn't get the show. And
did she get the show?
Yeah, she got the show.
I don't remember her on Punk'd.
Yeah, she was on Punk'd.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
But it was, and I have no ill will at her at all. I thought she was absolutely brilliant. And
yeah, of course.
wonderful.
I thought you were saying she kept you from getting it because of something.
No, she just was.
Yeah.
She was just far superior than I was that day. Okay, so and then this one.
Okay, so you guys don't know anything about Yellowstone, but I'll just tell you the drama going into this is obviously that Kevin Costner is not going to be in the final season of Yellowstone. So the question was going to be, what were they going to do? And there was no goodbye episode for him because we didn't know by the time they wrapped the last season that he wasn't going to do this final season. You guys heard all these negotiations that didn't go well?
Yeah, yes, of course.
Okay. So episode 1, the very first thing they do is they answer the question. They were like, here's what happened to Kevin Costner. I'm now curious whether the entire final season is going to be about what happened. Do you guys want spoilers or no spoilers?
No, I know. I mean, Roka spoiled yesterday what happened.
Oh,
the big.
So yes.
So
yes,
I
spoilers?
guess I mean, well, I don't know. I don't know because I don't know who's watching the show, who's not watching the show.
All right, I won't give spoilers. They just tell us what happened to him, and then they set up the season for that. I will say this until I'm blue in the face. Kelly Riley is the best actress on television. She is the best actress on television.
Oh my God.
The fact that she does not have an Emmy for this role is egregious. It is like, I don't know what is the TV Academy's problem. Like, she's the best. She's so good.
I have to get you and Roka on a show. He was shitting on her yesterday, and I was like, oh my God, Roxy.
Oh.
I said, Roxy will be so mad at you. And he's like, I'll debate her. He said she's
shitting on her about what?
Forced tough, doesn't believe her at all.
That is like, that is I've never heard a worse take in my life.
It was the second he said that, I was like, oh, I got to bring Roxy on, because I was like, anytime she talks about Kelly Riley, she raves about her. He goes like, nah.
I think she is the best actress on TV, and I loved Sophia's performance, or Christine's performance as Sophia Falcone, but I think Kelly Riley is the best actress on television. To say that it is forced, like, it makes me think that Roka's actually never experienced life before. That is like so insane.
Gotta have him on. Gotta have him on the debate.
She is the number one best actress. Like, just, oh my God, I can't keep my eyes off her. She should be it. She's a star. I don't know how she's not a household name. She's a star.
Okay, well, you love her very much. Roka does not. Okay,
I love her.
All right,
I don't shut up about her.
No, you don't. Those are Rocky Balboa.
Little Rocky.
Yeah, Roxy's picks. Thank you, Roxy, as always. Make sure you guys check out Roxy's picks. And we are going to get into these questions just a moment here. And before we do, I got to tell you about Rocket Money. Rocket Money, if you didn't know, it is the best. It's a personal finance app. I use it on the daily. I mean, I use it so much, whether it is to say, hey, listen, man, you signed up for this app. You thought it was free, and now you're getting charged. Stop getting charged, and it'll cancel your unwanted subscriptions, which I love it. I absolutely use it for whether it's how much I've spent on the month. It continuously lets me know. It manages certain accounts that I have. I can't even remember a world when I wasn't using Rocket Money. So I do use it quite often, love it, and recommend it to you guys. If you go to rocketmoney.com/thing, you guys can start it out and make sure you save yourself some money, especially these freaking everybody signs up for these subscriptions. You're like, oh, I totally forgot about them. And you save so much money when you sign up to Rocket Money. So rocketmoney.com/thing. And I got to tell you about our good friends over at AG1. You guys love AG1. I love AG1. Everybody loves AG1. Let's talk AG1. I love AG1. I had it this morning. I love it. It helps you build a healthy morning routine. 60 seconds to get your daily dose of vitamins, minerals, pre and probiotics, adaptogens, more. And I've been drinking it for, forever. You can't be part of this show if you haven't heard me talking about AG1. I'm going to give you a couple of fast facts about AG1 and how it supports your gut health. It contains prebiotics, probiotics, and gut-supporting ingredients to support your digestion, reduce bloating, and keep you regular. In a research study, 80% of participants noticed less gas and bloating after 30 days of drinking AG1. For me, I've had a lot of changes since I started to. I sleep better, better gut health, my focus, stress, all of it. It's just great. AG1's powder form makes it easy for your body to digest and access the nutrient-dense ingredients in the formula. They've been around with us for so long because so many of you guys have been doing it also. You've been getting AG1, you've been checking it out, you've been changing your routines, and it's worked. So if you want to start and notice the difference for yourself, it's a great first step to invest in your health, and that's why they've been a proud partner of mine for so long. Try AG1 and get a free bottle of Vitamin D3+K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase at drinkag1.com/bigthing. $48 value for free if you go to drinkag1.com/bigthing. Go ahead, check it out. Thank you, AG1. Thank you, Rocket Money. And like I told you before, sign up. Not only does it help us out, you get yourself something wonderful. All right, you guys ready for this, Roxy? How many think you got thus far and whatnot?
26.
Whoa, close, Roxy. 27.
Whoa.
Nice.
So there you go. Eaton Beaver. Nice. Are you guys planning on watching the Tyson fight on Friday? And do you think Tyson will win? I had this conversation. I was talking about it with Matt Serra today on his show. The last thing to go on somebody is power. Mike Tyson is very strong, very fast. Yes, he's almost 60 years old, but Paul needs to stay away from Tyson in those first few rounds.
What's the last thing to go is power? In layman terms, what's the first thing to go? Like, what are other things?
Legs, speed. For speed's a big one. Your brain's first putting together the punches in general, and
how hard it hits is the thing that's
the last thing to go is the power. Like the power is, and Mike Tyson does not look like he has slowed down in his power. The question is, and it's what a lot of people are thinking, is how legit is this fight? Also, is it going to?
And is it a setup?
I don't know, set up, but is it like one of these things? Like, I don't think Floyd Mayweather gave it his all against Jake Paul or Aaron. Or what's his name? Not Aaron Paul. Logan Paul. Logan Paul. I think that against Logan Paul, I think he held back.
So both the brothers fight.
Yeah, but Logan Paul doesn't box anymore as much because he's doing wrestling. He's in WWE now.
But Jake has been
Jake's still
fighting. Like,
yeah.
how does he do?
He's good. Look. It doesn't matter what people think about them in general, right? As far as you can't. What I can say is this: you cannot look at both of these guys and not say that they're both tremendous athletes. What Logan Paul has done in the WWE is phenom shit. It's like people that he picked it up so fast, and he's entertaining on the mic, and he's really good with phenom type stuff. His brother, same thing, very strong. Yes, he was beating up on old UFC guys and people like that, but he's still out there fighting and throwing. He's a heavy-handed dude, and he can throw. And Mike Tyson's 60 years old, so if he hits Mike Tyson with a shot, he can hurt him, for sure. The question is, you're going to get hit with one of those Tyson bombs. So I feel like Mike's going to catch him. And I think that Tyson's going to win, but if it
really,
if it goes past two rounds, though, I think it might go decision or draw.
I really hope Mike Tyson wins.
Yeah.
It's a bummer if he doesn't, right?
It's a no lose for him as long as he doesn't get knocked out. As long as he doesn't get knocked out, it's because what does Paul really get from beating an almost 60-year-old Mike Tyson? If he beats him, it's like you beat an almost 60-year-old Mike Tyson. You know what I mean? Like what you get money. That's what you're going to get. But Mike Tyson, if Mike Tyson knocks him out, he's like, Dynamite Kid still got it.
Ignorant with this. They both get money, right?
Yeah, they both get money.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a Netflix. This is huge for Netflix. This is huge. A live fight on Netflix. This is going to change the game.
Cool.
They're going to start doing this more. And look, and now Netflix is bringing.
They did a Love Is Blind reunion live on Netflix once.
They did a ton of stuff live, but this is now they're doing fights on Netflix. They're bringing WWE live next year. Netflix is kind of changing their game. So yeah. Albert Glowacki. I've been binging old Schmoes episodes. AfterBuzz Era was such a vibe. Saturday Night Movie now available to rent. I just watched Saturday Night, Roxy. I watched it.
Think?
Loved it. Thought it was great. Didn't love the bar scene at the end. Seemed a little far-fetched. You get 30 minutes before they go on air, and Lorne Michaels is running down to a bar and recruiting people. It was a little silly. But other than that, really liked it a lot. Thought, I think you said this when you saw it, the guy playing Chevy Chase was out of control good.
Out of control good.
Holy shit. Him.
He's from the show Gotham that I watched.
Oh, is that
so
okay?
Like,
he was so good.
So
Him,
good.
Dylan O'Brien, very good.
Really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Mark Rylance.
Mike Rylance was phenomenal. Jake, you need to see it because you will lose your mind at what Milton Berle does in this movie.
The girl who played Gilda Radner was really good too.
She just didn't have enough to do, but she was good.
Yeah, she didn't, but she was very.
She was good. Yeah. And the AfterBuzz era on Schmoes was pretty fun for sure. It was a good time. Armada. Any interest in the Taylor Sheridan show Landman? He's got another show coming out, coming Sunday. Also, Lil Balls should rap battle LL Cool J. I think Lil Balls is out on vacation right now though. But Taylor Sheridan, what is Landman?
I'm about to look that up
Got
because
another show.
I watch all of his shows.
Yeah, he have so many shows.
But I don't know what this is.
I don't know.
Bandman Billy Bob Thornton.
Oh, okay.
John Hamm. Wow. No, I don't know what this is. A modern day tale of fortune seeking in the world of the West Texas oil rigs.
Yeah.
So it looks like what Taylor Sheridan does.
Okay.
10 episodes starts on this Sunday.
I don't know how he
yeah, I'm sure I'll probably watch this because
okay.
I watch all his other stuff.
All right. Mike Joyce says, Brett, were those real photos of you that Dorina used for the grunge episode of DJ Bruja Radio last night? If so, you look good with a mohawk.
100%. Yeah, those were me.
Where was that from?
College.
Oh, college. Okay.
It's weird because this is advertised as Demi Moore, but she's not on the IMDb.
I did see Demi Moore in that. I know what that is. I didn't realize it was Taylor Sheridan, but Demi Moore is absolutely in that show.
Oh, that's so weird because it is just not on her IMDb.
Interesting. Mad Sinister McCall, what's your favorite brand and flavor of chips? I used to like Doritos a lot. I don't eat them anymore, but I used to love them. But probably now, what's I forget what the brand is that my wife
I
buys
love
these.
Cape Cod chips.
Yeah,
The
you
Cape
remember you
Cod
saying
with
that?
like
Yeah.
sea salt or salt and vinegar. I love just like a simple chip. Hate Pringles.
Yeah, you remember we've had this
Uh,
conversation. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kettle brand.
Those are
I
good.
Oh,
get all the
Kettle,
time.
Brett.
Yeah, Kettle's good.
Kettle.
That's the one that my wife gets.
Kettle's so good. Stacey's pita chips too. So
Okay.
good.
Armada, breaking news. Omegle Kermit and Lil Balls will be on a card on the undercard of the Paul and Tyson fight. Nice. Honora was not bad. It's too hyped though. Did you see Honora?
That was excellent.
Everybody's saying how great it was. He didn't like it, but as much. But yeah.
Brett?
No, Armada.
Oh, who you pointing at?
Armada. The chat.
Is the chat there?
That way.
Is the chat in the room with us?
That way.
I think that Honora was unbelievable.
Okay.
It's my favorite of Sean Baker's movies so far, and I love Sean Baker. But I am a little surprised with how many people love it as much as I do, because
People love it.
it's definitely a very artsy, very specific movie about a stripper. So it might be a little risque for some people.
Okay. Well, there you go. I want to see it. I'm excited to see it. I'll let you know what I think.
I think it's so good.
But I did like Saturday Night. Saturday Night was good. I don't know if we're looking at. Well, if anybody gets nominated, the guy who played Lorne Michaels, I thought was great.
He was excellent.
But he was great. You could have easily just done that as an impression, and it wasn't an impression. I felt like he actually was Lorne. He did a great job.
I agree.
Yeah, I like that movie.
The performances were out.
And I'm almost done with My Old Ass. I'll be done with that tonight.
Oh,
I can't believe how long it's taking you to watch it.
You have no idea. You
have
no idea what. Every time I try to watch it, someone walks in and it's like I got to change.
But the whole thing is about the flow. Like you can't even really.
Listen. It's not ideal. And I almost had to do the same thing with Saturday Night. But if I'm not watching stuff in the theater or here, it's got to be the same thing. Sadie and I can be the same page watching something, or otherwise, who knows. Anyway, Mike Joyce, Kristian, Roxy, and Brett. This month marks the 10 years since I discovered Schmoes Know. Thank you, Mike. Although I did take a little break during the pandemic and missed the World Girls and SCN Live when they were in their prime. I think World Girls are still in their prime.
Hell yeah, let's go.
I really enjoy being part of this community. I found through you and Mark. Thank you, Mike Joyce. Very, very kind. Very kind. And someone also wrote, Roxy, that someone saw you at the Grove on November 7th talking to your friends about candy at the concession line. There you go.
Huh.
So there you go.
That's not
I was there for Gladiator. And I was talking to my friends Jeff Snyder and Jess Lucero about what candy to get.
Well, there you go.
Very big decision.
Perfect. Tyson's Chicken Nuggets. Sup, crew? After my umpteenth rewatch of Schitt's Creek, I'm convinced that David and Patrick are one of the greatest TV couples of all time. Who's your pick? Well,
I'm obsessed with them. Simply the best.
Weren't you gonna say Ross and Rachel?
No.
You don't think they're the best couple?
Absolutely not.
Oh, all right. Take it easy.
I think that Monica and Chandler are a better couple.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
Dan and Sam and Diane.
Yeah, Sam and Diane.
Yeah.
Jack and Diane.
No, I love the Schitt's Creek couple that you chose. They are amazing.
Okay.
I do think that on Yellowstone, that Kelly Riley, the couple is like the greatest couple. I love them. I love this is the most toxic couple ever, but I love on Shameless, Mickey and
Mallory.
You guys know what?
Mallory.
No.
Yeah.
They know.
Natural Born Killers. Yeah.
Thank you, bro.
But I got to think of my number one, and then I'll let you guys know.
let us
Also,
know.
if you ever see me somewhere and you want to come say hi, this is rewinding, but say hello.
I prefer that you just creepily look from a distance and then mention.
Well, how do you know it was creepily? Maybe he was getting himself some milk duds and he looked over to the right and he saw Roxy. He wasn't. You don't know. He was just sitting there, just staring, drooling, smelling his fingers while he's watching.
Smelling his fingers.
Roxy, I saw you getting into your car in a parking garage last night. Those heels look lovely on you.
Maybe don't come say hi in that.
Yeah, maybe don't say hi there. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
lick the chocolate
No,
off.
I'm joking. It was.
Yeah, lick the
I
chocolate off your
just
fingers
out
first.
of context. That was kind of funny.
Yeah. Gaylord of the Rings. There you go. Perfect.
Hey.
Of Wicked and Gladiator, which one will win the box office? I think Wicked will win the box office.
I don't think it's gay Lord of the Rings. It's Gaylord of the Rings.
Yeah.
I don't know. Ask him. He wrote it.
Did you hear
Wait,
that
what
they
did you say? What was your
accidentally?
answer, Kristian?
The porn thing, Brett?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard the porn thing. What's that, Rox?
What was your answer, Kristian?
To what?
Box office?
Oh, Wicked.
Wicked.
What do you think, Rox?
Wicked.
Yeah, I think it's gonna annihilate.
Yeah,
and I can't believe. Do you have a screening for that yet?
Yes. So I have.
When is it?
Well, there was one that was today that
Oh my
I
God.
waited too long to. It was for CCA stuff, so I missed
Oh.
it, and it was packed. And then there's one on Saturday. Now the question is, can I make it? I've reserved to it, but I have.
I make a Saturday one. Is there one in LA? Why won't they invite me?
Doesn't Universal like you? They
I
liked you.
thought so, but this is my movie. I know every
you
word.
made it. Oh, okay. All right. Yes, Brett. I
You
do know about.
say I've been changed for the better. You guys know every time. It makes me so happy. Please.
So Brett, the porn thing.
Yeah.
Tell us.
Oh yeah, they accidentally put www.wicked.com on the back of some like figurines or whatever for the film, and that's a porn website.
Yes, it was. And they had to, and it was the highest level of traffic that site has seen in like 12 years or something. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Mad Sinister McCall, best and worst death scenes in movies, favorite and dumbest. Oh man, worst. One of the first one that pops up in worst is what's her face in Dark Knight Rises, Talia al Ghul of Marion Cotillard. Terrible. One of the worst death scenes ever. Devastating death scene. Oh man, our best one. I have to really think about that.
I literally am Googling lists.
Yeah,
because
I would say Joe Pesci in Casino was a pretty crazy one.
Oh,
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
so-
that one's
in My Girl, that was really sad.
It was sad. I remember my friend laughing at it.
Oh, yeah.
Laughing.
He doesn't have his
No.
glasses.
Said the Home Alone kid just got stung by bees.
Oh my God, your friend is evil.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
I'm trying to see. Yeah, I when you say death, questions like this always throw me off. This is why I never could have competed in movie trivia Schmodown, even though this is a little different. My mind goes blank immediately.
Yeah.
Like when people
Yeah,
are like,
when it comes to these, when it comes to me too. When it comes to stuff like I can't recall it. And it's like, hey, dude, if someone gives me a list of saying like out of these, where do you rank them? Easy. But when it's like, what's the best? I was like, I gotta think about that. But
there's a lot of them in Hunger Games. That's on a bunch of lists, which makes sense. There were some really sad ones
just
there.
think about it, Roxy. Think about it. Track stars. Think about it. Think about one that you want. I'm gonna read a list. You're the one that always tells me you gotta leave. Paul Mescal blew up on a Hulu show called Normal People with Daisy Edgar Jones. Oh, is that the one?
That's why people love it. Oh yeah, with Scar with Mufasa. Man, that was sad.
My wife loved that show. What happened to that show, Normal People? It's only one season, right?
I don't know. People loved it.
Did you? Oh yeah, that show is definitely Roxy's cup of tea. An overall great watch. Yeah. So.
Oh, and Jojo
I think I watched
Rabbit.
that.
That was so
yeah, that
sad.
was a bad one. The Jojo Rabbit one.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't realize that he was on that show with her.
Titanic. That was one of the most
holy
epic death
shit,
scenes of all time.
Yeah.
Was
Normal People. It was kind of a dorky guy that starts dating.
I would think he's on the spectrum because it was called Normal People. I don't know about dorky.
I don't remember. Sadie watched. I didn't watch it, but yeah. Anyway, Lloyd Nance, Roxy Stryer is confirmed. She will be in Black Panther 3. Nice, Roxy.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. It was really nice when Ryan reached out to me and said, I wrote you a role. I said, yeah, I guess I'll take it.
That was nice.
I thought so. Brett
Yeah,
said
it was
it
nice
too.
of him.
Mike Joyce. Hey, Roxy, where can we find Crust? I can't find it.
I don't know. It's out today, so that's a good question. Let's Google it.
You Google it and let us know where you can find it.
I know it dropped at midnight, or at least that's the text message.
So maybe he didn't check. Maybe he didn't check today. Kia Street. Hey, Kristian, what did you think of the new trailers for Thunderbolts and Captain America? I'm so excited for both. I thought that the Thunderbolts trailer was significantly better. I thought that the Captain America trailer was decent. I thought it looked like a good political thriller, and then it gets Marvel-y, obviously, has to. But I would tell you that I think that I'm more excited for Thunderbolts, and I wasn't beforehand because I really liked Falcon and Winter Soldier. But Roxy, did you see those trailers?
True.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay, perfect. Well, they didn't ask you guys anyway; they asked me. So
Maybe they don't give it.
Yeah, and I was thinking of a different show, so Normal People was not the one that I was thinking of. So
that's all right.
I know everybody was holding.
Yeah, we were holding your breath
their
for
breaths,
that one.
waiting for that.
You guys are at 40 now. At least you had 40. You're only 43 questions away from catching Roka. This is Jason Crosby. Is there a movie you're embarrassed to say you've never seen? For me, it's Godfather movies. Always wanted to see them, but they just keep slipping though. Got to see them. Got to see them. Embarrassed? No, but
never seen them.
Never. I thought about this. I don't think I've ever seen Lawrence of Arabia. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
I don't think that's embarrassing, but I hear you. It is one of the most epic dramas of all time.
Right.
I don't really feel embarrassed to not seen anything, except every time I do a Real Rejects thing, people tell me I should feel embarrassed that I haven't seen it. So
which one?
Every movie I ever do, they're like, you haven't seen this? That's embarrassing. How do you call yourself a movie fan?
And meanwhile, Greg is like super happy because it gives you can be on camera more. It's the same like Sam.
I haven't seen a lot of movies.
So Sam loves movies, loves them, but she's got 3 kids. She has about a 15 to 20 year movie not seeing gap that and because of that, I'm able to watch the MCU again, and I'll be watching it with her.
Yeah,
everyone knows I'm a TV girl.
Yeah, that's right.
Like my whole life, I was always a TV girl. Okay, to the crust question, I just texted the director Sean. He said, Fandango at home for now. The only thing is onboarded so far, should be Amazon soon. Okay,
well there you go. RQMD SMD, support for Roxy as always.
Thank you.
Bringing it close to 41. Shay Markel, what do you guys think of this Alien Earth show that's dropping on Hulu next year? I know you haven't been crazy about the films lately. Well, what do you mean about aliens? Is it an alien, like Aliens related type show? Alien Earth? Is that what you're talking about, Shay? Because I actually really liked Romulus. I didn't see Romulus.
I didn't see Prey, so I'm super out of the.
Isn't
Prey an alien?
No, Prey's Predator.
Oh,
but same.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, same galaxy.
All right.
Kind of. But no, is that so? Shay, let me know. Is that I'm not sure if that's related to it, but I'm curious. Armada, legit. It is breaking now. Bob Iger will be replaced by a new CEO in 2026. But I don't think that's breaking now. I think that was announced a little while ago that he was stepping down in 2026. Is that a bad move or a good move for Disney at the moment? It depends on who they replace him. Last time they replaced him with a dope. Are they going to replace him with another corporate stooge? Or are they going to, get somebody who actually can make some creative moves? That's always the answer to that question. It's like, is it a bad move to replace him? Depends on who they put there.
If it doesn't go well, is he going to come right back?
Right. I think he's going to start running for office. Is what he's going to start doing. Anthony Roybal. Really? I think so.
For what office?
I don't know. He's going to run for his politics somewhere. And what he does, I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe because Newsom's going to start making a push to bigger seats. So who knows? Maybe Iger goes that route. I don't know.
Is he in California?
I think he is. Iger? I think he is. I don't know. I could be making all this up. Anthony Roybal. Kristian, what's with the dead big balls picture on your right? You trying to make us more sad? Yeah. Well, for people who don't know, my Roadcaster last week crapped out on me. I had to replace it with my old one, and big balls does not exist on this one. So I need. I put in an Amazon wish list, but I know how ridiculous that is. The thing's really expensive. So one of these days he might come back, or he might not. That's how it works. Yeah, you love that. You love that picture that they did. There's a picture of Roxy like excited over Big Ball's grave. I would love to hear Roxy's thoughts on Anora.
That's a Flash reference. Do you get the reference?
Yeah, I got it. The Cali Kid would love to hear your thoughts on Anora.
Okay. Thanks, Cali Kid. I loved Anora. I love Sean Baker. I think it was really cool. I think Mikey Madison is unbelievable. She was starred in better things with Pamela Adlon. So I watched her grow up. She also then was in Scream and has been in a bunch of things that people might recognize her for. But this, I think, will get her more on the map. and her New York accent in this was so fun. She just did such a great job, and it was a really vulnerable performance. The first shot of the movie is everybody naked. And so yeah, I thought she was really phenomenal. It's interesting, it's fun, it's weird. It twists and turns in ways that you don't know that it fully will, and it definitely captivated me the whole time. I went with my friend who doesn't usually, she kind of like nods off during movies or isn't thankful, and she was enamored. It's like from start to finish.
Great.
So I feel like this is it's really good for anybody who this story sounds
Best
interesting
picture.
to.
Best picture.
It's a good question because Florida Project was obviously nominated, and it's not out of the question, but I don't think.
Well,
so
nomination.
Yeah, I know. I didn't think you meant winner.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I don't think so. I would definitely give her a nom, but that category is intense this year.
Nom.
Really good.
Nom.
Yeah, and then Kristian, because I texted you all about it, but my absolute favorite movie that I have seen recently is Los Freakies. I'm obsessed with this. This is the new one from the Peanut Butter Falcon guys.
Oh, right.
Lord and Miller are producing it. It is starring Audrey Arjona, and it is so good. You'll hear me talking about it for weeks to come. But it's the most unbelievable story, and it's coming out in December, so I'll tell you guys more about it later, but it is phenomenal.
Normally I wouldn't do this, but I'm going to do this because you would do this to me. What did you say her name was?
Did I know you?
What did you say her name was?
Audrey Arjona.
Adria Arjona, isn't it?
Well, J in Spanish isn't pronounced, so I would.
Okay, you probably know better than I do.
But I'm not sure actually how to say. I always said Adria, and then they were calling her Adria. So I was
that's possible. Well, they would know better than us.
Maybe I've been saying that wrong.
Okay, Adria Arjona.
And then Arjona would be how I would say it, but it's Spanish, so J is H.
So you're saying Arjona?
Arjona? I don't know. I actually don't know, and she's so good that I should learn how to say her name.
Okay, yeah, she's really good. I thought it was Arjona. All right, anyway, Shay Markel. Watching Brett try to save himself is comedy gold.
Thank you.
Shay Markel. Roxy, you watch Lioness yet? I think it's pro ladies.
I guess it's better than it being anti-ladies.
Yeah.
No, but I have a short list. It's on there. I don't know that I'm going to get to it anytime very soon, but I do hear it's excellent.
Okay.
I can't believe it's not its first season. I never heard of it until this year.
It's crazy. Yeah. Pete Parker, 2288. I think Rylance is perfect casting. He has that soft-spoken Richard Harris quality. What does Dumbledore think about the casting? Let's see. I don't know if he knows about it. I gotta ask him. Not even sure. Okay, I'll ask him. Hold on. Let's see. Roxy, ask him a question.
Dear Dumbledore, what do you think about the new casting?
I believe that the man from the Spies with the bridge will do a very good job. Now, remember, Sylvester Stallone will not be here this time, but Steven Spielberg will be peeking around, making sure things are right. It is time for me to nap. Bye-bye.
Oh.
Yeah, nice.
That voice hurt.
No, it doesn't actually.
Really?
No.
It's really good.
Thanks. Appreciate it. It's like
Who's better, him or Gandalf?
Can I do Gandalf or in general?
No, who's better, Dumbledore or Gandalf?
Well, shit. I don't know. I really like Richard Harris's Dumbledore. He's like a cool old grandpa, but it's hard not to like Gandalf, man. I don't know. It's a hard question. I don't have an answer for you.
Okay.
Shay Markel. Roxy, who in Yellowstone do you hate the most?
Whoever the woman that he's boning right now is. So it's not very descriptive.
Who's he?
The brother. What's his name? Wes Bentley.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wes Bentley. Wes Bentley.
That's his name. Whoever
American
he's
Beauty.
boning is such a raging CUN next Tuesday.
Oh.
But there's so many people that I hate on the show. It happens all the time. Good villains.
Okay. This one. comes in from Carlos Sosa. I'm not sure if it's the final season of. I'm not sure if it is the final season of Yellowstone. They didn't promote it that way in the marketing. I think it's still up in the air with Kevin Costner. Not really.
But the photo you just showed was a marketing photo. No.
No, I think that was. I think that was something I just took off of Google.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's not the final season.
Yeah, not sure. Joey Pedras. Roxy, have you watched English Teacher yet? Thoughts?
Yeah, I binged the whole show. We did a watch long for the first episode on World Girls. I thought it was so fun. And the main star of this show does this one thing on TikTok over and over again every day. And I go to check his page on Instagram and TikTok every day to watch it. He does this one trend where he dances. What do you have to offer? Nothing. Only I love your daughter. And he takes his shirt off and he's so funny. Anyway, I love this show.
Probably my favorite story you've ever told.
Well, the people who knew what I was talking about are like, yes. And the people who didn't are like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Okay.
The show's really, really good, though. It is like it's not fully like Abbott Elementary because it's nothing like Abbott Elementary, but it takes place in a school and it's about the teachers mostly. So in that way, but it is more of like a FX Hulu raunchier kind of show. And I think it's fun.
All right. Shay Markel also says, do you guys do fan meetup events like a live show? Well, we used to. Problem is like right now, like it's what I'm worried about with live shows is that if I was going to do one, right, I'd probably have to do one of two things. I'd either have to book something out in Los Angeles and do something in LA because that way everybody can be there and I can set it up and be able to, still do a show and really only paying for myself. If I got to have everybody come here, it's expensive, and we'd have to do a theater that's like 1,000 people, and we ain't selling out 1,000 people's seats yet. So not yet, no. But never say never. I used to do them. I used to love doing them.
We did the Schmodown in Chicago for 1,000 people.
That was the Schmodown. That was the Schmodown in its height. I was disappointed with that. I thought we could have done 5,000. Shay Markel, I hate the entire Dutton family and the farm crew. There you go. He hates them all.
You hate the entire Dutton family? You hate Casey?
That's what he said.
Why do you hate Casey?
I don't know. He says he's rooting for Chief Rainwater. That's his number one guy.
I understand.
Yeah. This is Pete.
Well, maybe you hate them because I understand. If you hate them because you feel like Indigenous people should have all of the land, then I understand. But as characters on the show?
Yeah. Well, Pete Parker says, hot take, Riley's is over the top in the show. You got to get
anything I say, Pete Parker disagrees with. I literally could say the sky is blue and Pete Parker's like the sky's pink. Like for every show I ever do. And then he's like, I'm not that mean to you. It's like nothing that I say.
He's not being mean. He just says that he's just.
No, I'm not saying he's being mean. I'm just saying nothing I say does he ever say.
Well, he says we got to get that Roka Roxy debate, please. She's great in the Sherlock movies, though. So look, give props in.
I actually think anybody who doesn't think she's unbelievable in the show has horrible taste. They don't trust the word. Like, I'm not kidding you. I love Roka, and Roka and I sometimes agree, sometimes disagree. This is the most egregious, more than J-Lo, more than Florence Pugh, more than everything by far and away.
That's his worst take
he's ever had.
All right, we got to get him on to talk about it. Shay Markel, Roxy, any thoughts on 1923 season 2? When are we getting it? I'm desperate. Me too.
I don't know. Has that even been announced?
At one point, they said it was supposed to be at the end of this year, but then I haven't heard anything about it at all.
Yeah, I don't know. I loved that show.
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
That actor has been blowing up.
Yeah, he's the best. Pete Parker. Anyone watching The Diplomat? Great show. Yeah, Roxy talked about it last week, I think, right?
Yeah, I also talked about English Teacher previously on the show. Oh. It sounds like you guys aren't listening to my TV recommendations. Diplomat, so good. Better second season than the first season even. Really liked it.
Armada. Also, Roxy, did you see the trailer for The Agency? I don't know that.
No.
No.
What is that?
I don't know, but I'm not sure. Check that out. Shay Markel Kristian, has Sam seen Edge of Tomorrow? Might be a good one to watch. I bet you she hasn't.
I love that movie.
I'm going to ask her right now, and I'm going to say, what do you guys think? Do you think she's ever seen Edge of Tomorrow? I'm going to say no.
You have to also say, have you ever seen Edge of Tomorrow, also known as Live, Die, Repeat? Because when you Google it, you kind of look up both things.
Hey, have you ever seen Edge of Tomorrow, ? Also known as Live, die repeat question mark. It's a Tom Cruise, Emily Blunt movie, period.
That was that I did when I did Brett to the Future, so it's probably not in her wheelhouse.
I bet you she hasn't seen it. But it's going to be tough. She's going to be so tied up in the damn Marvel universe for the next couple of months.
Ugh.
And then Shay Markel. Brett, what kind of shows do you enjoy?
What was it? We were watching Shrinking. I loved the Agatha all along. But what type of shows?
Yeah, so is there a current show that you're enjoying right now?
Oh, yeah, the Shrinking. Fallout we started again, and I can't decide whether I like it or not.
All right.
What?
Yeah.
It doesn't like Anthony M72. I saw Transformers 1 in the theaters, and I loved it. Sequels? It didn't do very well in the theater. I hope it does a sequel, but it didn't do very well.
I don't know if you like Fallout.
Oh. Did you see Transformers 1 yet?
I don't.
No one cares.
I think it's interesting, but I don't know if I love it. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to continue to watch it, but some shows are just like, I'm like, this is good. This is a nice little waste of time.
Ewok says this: Mark Rylance is highly respected among actors. That's true. If he accepts the role, it could open the floodgates for some top tier talent to join the series. It's an excellent point. If he's in there and like, okay, we know who we're trying to cast here, and it is a good way to get other actors in there, and you're getting someone of high caliber as far as talent goes, but not as far as star power goes, right? And that his price tag is probably not huge. So
totally.
Yeah.
I also just think Harry Potter name alone opens up the doors.
Agreed.
I don't know that we'll need him, but
more people. But
yes,
I agree with you, Roxy. But I also think that there is something more like, hey, we just
high caliber.
Yes, we just brought on him. We're trying to get and
we're bringing on good actors.
Oh, I feel so honored that you asked me, considering you just got Mark Rylance.
Yeah.
Shay Markel, have you all seen Swan Song with Mahershala Ali? It's fire. No,
No.
I've never seen it, but I love him. Merjam Serenity Moon, the Supernatural, when Dean died, was very emotional.
I didn't actually watch Supernatural.
People love that show.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is Free Pancakes. We have Ironheart. We don't need a new Tony Stank, he says. Well, we'll see. We'll see how Ironheart plays. I'm not really too excited for that one yet. We'll see. Maybe the show will be better than her appearance in the movie.
Okay. We only saw a little footage, so.
Well, no. She was in Black Panther 2. I don't think she was memorable.
Yeah.
Not enough to get a TV show. But maybe the TV show's great, and then you go back and then you watch the movie and you go, oh, they should have done that first. Ewok, it was interesting to see Denzel list all the movies he's going to make before he retires. He said Othello, King Lear. Would love to see Kenneth Branagh direct Denzel again in one more Shakespeare film. But Denzel right now is in Othello on Broadway. It's him.
Yeah, and then his sons are doing some kind of they're doing a bunch of August Wilson plays too. I know that he's very focused on theater, bringing theater to film and movies, and his sons are too. So it's cool. I think it's really nice when you've had the career that Denzel has to know exactly what you want to do in kind of the back half of your career, and to have the power to do that because you're Denzel Washington. He can really do whatever he wants.
That makes sense. Shay Markel says Alien Earth is a show based in the Alien franchise. Okay. Airing on Hulu next year. I thought Romulus was the only one you've enjoyed in recent years. No, I didn't mind the one. What was it? Was it Covenant? Is that the one? Which was the one there?
Covenant.
I think was Covenant the one that
Alien Covenant.
Yeah, and he did, and Ridley Scott did that one. Everybody hated that one. I didn't
see it.
I didn't mind it. I didn't think it was. I don't remember much of it except thinking to myself, I didn't hate that too much. And Prometheus, I didn't dislike it. Just thought it was So, yeah, I don't know. Which is the one with Charlize Theron? That's the other one, right? That's
I have no idea.
I don't know, but I didn't mind that one. But the only one I actually really enjoyed. Like I thought Romulus is in the conversation. 1, 2, and 3, I think is Aliens, Alien, and then Romulus. And if somebody makes the case that Alien is the first, I'm not going to disagree with them. So, but I thought Romulus was fantastic. I loved it. Pete Parker, did KH just do the stern whack off noise? What
did you?
No, I did this. I did clap when you said that everybody was nude. But I guess so. That works.
Yeah,
sure.
Why not? Sun Tzu, sup, fellas? What's going on?
Hey,
Hot Rocks put away those dimples. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How good is Mark Strong? He's super versatile. He always shows up like he's the white Samuel L. Jackson. He's pretty good. And I'll tell you, even though that what's his face was clearly missing, John Turturro was missing from the Penguin, I thought Mark Strong filled in very nicely.
Mark Strong's excellent.
Yeah.
He's really good.
Eh. Deal with it.
You just honked like a bird out on the patio. Yeah, just honked like a bird.
Deal with it.
Yeah, Shay Markel says, "Hey Brett, I'm thinking of finishing my garage interior. Any building tips or ideas where to find affordable plywood?" Well, that's a good question for you. Brett might actually talk for like 5 minutes here.
No. Plywood, I don't. Yeah, wood is expensive. Thanks, Biden. No, it's actually tariffs that Trump put on it back in the day. Anyway.
Oh, so no answer.
Yeah,
to that one.
I don't know. I
Yours?
mean, wood is just super expensive right now because of tariffs that we placed on them.
Free pancakes. I love how unhinged Brett is. Yeah, me too. Sometimes it works really well. Sometimes he doesn't say anything. He just makes Popeye faces. Free pancakes. Are you going to see juror number 2? I would like to. Like to see.
I just saw our friend Marshall posting about how great he thought this movie was.
Oh, okay. Marshall Wyma?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
He's like, I went to see it. I don't know why they aren't talking about this more. This movie's great. And I was like, oh,
great.
When somebody from another studio goes and sees a movie from not their studio and says you should see this movie,
I want to see
listen.
it. I want to see it.
So interesting.
Yeah, they're kind of burying it. Shay Markel, I'm sorry, Rox. I hate all the Duttons because they're all greedy, murderous, terrible people. Casey is the best of the trash people, but he can go too.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I hear you in the way that like it's like watching Succession, right? Nobody's like a truly good person, but I love the characters.
Yeah.
They're just so great.
Armada. Agency is the Spy Fassbender show that's coming on Paramount Plus. Oh, okay. I mean, I like Fassbender. He's kind of been out of it for a little. I haven't seen him in a bit.
Yeah. I was just looking him up because I told you I just watched a Snyder movie.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, Michael Fassbender.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the 300. Yeah, that's right. He
Yeah.
was in 300. Forgot. Roxy, are you still in touch with Spencer? How is he? This is Jim 1.
Gilbert, maybe?
I guess.
Spenny G?
I guess.
No, not because we're not in touch. I just haven't seen or spoken to him in quite a bit.
Yeah.
I have no idea, but I always had a great working relationship with Spencer. He's always like truly professional and lovely. He's one of the good ones for sure.
Spencer was a nice guy.
He's nice.
Shay Markel, I will never forgive the Duttons for what they did to Walker. Jimmy is also cool. Everybody can catch a fade or be taken down to the train station. Yeah, I can't speak on any of that because I've watched both prequel series, but I haven't actually watched all of Yellowstone. So
I hear you.
Love that.
But listen, now we have the way to make people likable is to create a bigger villain than them. And what Jamie has done is despicable.
Over my head.
Despicable.
Over my head. So what I'll say is, you guys, hey, it was a strong showing, guys. 53 questions, but Roca beat you this week.
Oh, but we still have a couple minutes.
Yeah, you got 9 minutes, but I mean, look, but to be fair to everybody else, we usually, when we get to the last one, we call it a day. So
sometimes you go along with people so that they can make their goals.
Well, I don't know. I am loving the train though. Shay Markel also says, does anybody have their eye on Jackal? It's a spy type show with Eddie Redmayne and Lashana Lynch. I did see the poster for it because I was going through potential guests and stuff that I like to have on the show, and I go through all these different shows and movies and things too, and I saw that one come up, and I love Eddie Redmayne, and Lashana Lynch is really good too. She's been having a great career the last 5-6 years or so.
Yeah.
So I don't know enough about it, but there's a lot of spy stuff, it seems like. And then O'Shea actually says, I love what Jamie did.
I mean, what's wrong with you?
There you go. I don't know.
Jamie is such a schmuck.
Oh.
I mean, I can't stand him. And he's just so smarmy and bleh.
Yeah. Sam has never seen it, by the way.
Oh, you got to do that.
Yeah, I know.
I can't believe you, Shay, right now. How could you love what Jamie did?
Well, I don't know anymore, and I don't care.
Jamie's essentially, I don't even want to spoil it for people, but you would hate Jamie. Okay. Jamie's scum of the earth.
So Jay hates Shay hates Jamie too. All right, listen to me. It's time to
Blech.
go. Thank you for being here. I appreciate everybody for being here, contributing, whether it's a comment, whether it's a like, whether it's a super chat, whether you got yourself some Via, any of that and more. Brett, I've known you for a long time now, and I don't know if I've ever heard you talk more. So where can they find you? Because this will be when you plug in your show right now and everything you got going on, I guarantee you will be more than what you said on this show today. So go ahead.
Nah, let's just forget it.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna be. I'm on Everything's a Game podcast on the Above Board TV YouTube channel, and that's Above Board TV YouTube sketches and whatnot too. And yeah, I don't know. You guys talked about a lot of stuff that I had nothing to
Contribute.
add to today, unfortunately.
Okay. Well,
I'm
that's all right.
sorry.
Don't you apologize. That's why you're here. Roxy, where are you going to be?
Everywhere at Roxy Stryer. Apparently Fandango now if you want to watch Crust.
Nice.
And then World Girls tomorrow night, 6 p.m.
Hell yeah. That's what they say in certain parts of town. So thank you for being here, everybody. Hit that button, comment. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts, anywhere podcasts are found. Please check out my clips channel for tons of stuff. And Roxy, we got to get those Emerson clips up there. So,
Oh, good. Okay, I'll do that.
yeah, those. So we have a bunch of different clips from different people. You want to see the Renzi Felice interview, you can see it in clips, or you can watch the full one. Tons of great stuff. So thanks for joining us here. We'll see you guys on the flip side. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.